Hey, this is Rick Brandenburg for Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll. And back about 6 months ago, I started a series that we simply titled The Three Stooges, where I pulled in my two friends and colleagues, Jim Kearns, our turf pathologist at NC State, and Fred Yelverton, our weed scientist and turf at NC State. And we did a series starting last summer about transitioning or practices to consider as you transition from summer into fall relative to pest management. And then we did one a few months ago transitioning from fall into winter. And now we'd like to do one multiple-part series transitioning from winter into springtime relative to pest management, weeds, diseases, insects, nematodes, that sort of thing. And I'm going to start off talking about insects, and we'll just knock this out in one quick session. There's really not a lot going on when you think about what you need to do other than really look back at your records, see where certain pests occurred, see what products seem to work well, what your timing of application was, what your rate was. Do you really need to make any adjustments? But what we don't want to do is apply insecticides unnecessarily in the wintertime when they're really not going to do a whole lot of good. And one classic example is the use of fipronil with products such as Top Choice or Taurus Trio. You can certainly put it out in the wintertime, and it's going to have the residual activity to still be effective in the spring when you go after mole crickets or fire ants. But my question is, why would you? Other than if you just simply have nothing else for your crew to do, then it might make good sense. But depending on where you are, you're going to use up a couple months of the residual activity of that insecticide and really not get any benefit out of it because the temperatures are simply going to be too cool for it to work very well. So that's one point. Treating just to get it out of the way, again, you use up some of the residual activity of the insecticide, and I'm usually vote against that one. The second one is really knowing where your pests occurred last year so you can really target your scouting. You know where to go out and look. You know where to monitor. You know where to keep your eyes open. And the time of year that each pest is most likely to occur, or at least the time of year that certain events, such as egg hatch or when the pest species could actually start. So go back and look at your records. If you don't have good information on that, look it up. Search the literature and find out in your area when critical stages of certain pests are going to occur. So you can simply plan and schedule for when you want to go after these pests, when you really need to be out looking. And by doing that, you can make sure you don't get caught off guard. You can make sure you use the recommended products in a timely manner to get maximum benefits. So really this time of year from an insect perspective is kind of a planning stage. This get ready, this know what to do and when the time is right, this go after it. So the next four sections actually with two sessions for Fred Yelverton, 2 sessions for Jim Kearns, we're going to let them talk about the weeds and the diseases as we transition from wintertime into spring. Hope that helps. Look forward to talking with you again soon on the Three Stooges Network.